I think the best. I grew up in Los Angeles. I was a huge Dodger fan. I got to work on Dodger baseball games for the local station, which is KTTV.
Yep.
And that was like a dream come true. And to be able to work, with Vin Scully. So that was the best. I think, I've had a lot of really good jobs. I've had a lot of good, I've worked with a lot of really good people and gone to a lot of really good places. But that in and of itself is because it's, because it ties in your entire life.
Yeah.
From growing up and, listening to the radio as you go to sleep every night, listening to Dodger games. And now suddenly you're working on them. So that, and it wasn't very long into my career. So that was a great opportunity. That was just like a dream come true. And it was a really good environment, and Vin's a really great person. So so it seemed like a dream, and it was really good. It paid off. It panned out. Didn't disappoint. Worst. You know what? I have only had a couple experiences where I lost jobs. And one of them was early on. I was actually producing a UCLA show, and I was going to be the producer of their football and basketball. So I went there, and so that was going to be really cool. And then the other instance, I was producing Rockies baseball early on in the season. I produced their first year at Coors Field. And without going into any detail, because it's just not important, those were disappointing.
Yeah.
But looking back on them, in both circumstances, losing those opportunities forced me to look for other things, and those other things led me to the path that I have taken to get me to this point. And so it's not there was another one with the A's, so actually 3 times. And all of, it's like, but that's how your path goes. And it's one of those things that, it's only as you look back on your life experience that you understand about, downturns and challenges, and then have to be opportunities. There are opportunities for growth, or opportunities to move in a different direction. And so I think that, those are bad things, and they're bad. And in the moment, it's not fun. But they are, that would be a message, to anyone, is that, when you're in that moment, it is bad, but it's going to provide an opportunity to move yourself in another direction if you so choose. Well, I would never want to go 40 years into the future. I think, from a technical end. But there are certain limitations to what you can do, and it's always the game that is the most important thing. So you're just going to, they'll be able to cover the game better. I think that we're moving to a more and more remote environment, where people can do their job in their homes, that you don't have to travel to an event. So I think that there's certainly advantage to that. As I said, the worst thing about my job was that I was away from my family. So once you get to that time in your life where you have a family and your children are growing up, then being able to be remote and work out of your home would be a great thing. However, I do think that part of the allure of this profession is that you sit and watch events, and now suddenly you're at those stadiums and you're in those locker rooms and you're talking with players or other broadcasters from other teams, Hall of Famers, executives, celebrities in that environment. You're in a really high profile entertainment environment.
Yeah.
And so that experience is a great experience, and it's a great payoff and a perk for everyone who loves, the whole idea of being involved in live sports production. So if you never do that, then you'll never experience it.